Welcome to Sacrificial Science. This is going to be short and sweet, hopefully. We've got a Rock Island Armory. It's a Model 207. It was $270 out the door, and we'll look it over a little bit. We move the camera. It is a 6-shot revolver, Parkerized finish. The finish is not, it's not bad, but everything sticks to it. Like I put a piece of brass in here earlier. The brass is still inside. You can still see it rubbed off on it. I set that on top of the case. It had screen printing on the case, and it stuck to the gun. So we're going to scrub that off. That's on there pretty good. It says Rock Island Armory right there. The gun was made in the Philippines. It feels pretty well built. It's pretty heavy duty. It's opposite of a Smith & Wesson when it comes to opening the cylinder. You pull back on it instead of pushing forward. That takes a little bit to get used to. If this is the only revolver you've ever shot or owned, that wouldn't be an issue getting used to it. But if you've shot Smith & Wessons and Tauruses and pretty much every other gun on the market that I've seen, that's backwards. But it's got a nice tight lockup with the hammer back. It locks up really tight, which is good for a revolver because that's where it really counts, because that's what lines it up with a barrel. Cylinder gap isn't bad. I've seen tighter, but I've seen a lot worse also on especially brand new guns. And this being a budget gun, I'm not expecting to see the quality of a Smith & Wesson. I'm not even to see I'd be surprised to see the quality of a Taurus here. And I think Tauruses are just a little bit better built, but they're not my cup of tea. I'm a Smith & Wesson guy all day long. The grips leave a lot to be desired. They're small, but they hide well. So if you needed to hide the gun, which the grips look like they're not much wider than the cylinder is. So that's a plus. It's got just a standard U-notch in the back. It's got just a ramped fixed front sight. The front sight it's black. I'd probably put some markings on that, something red to give it a little bit more visibility. Not real keen on black sights unless it's a target gun. For a carry gun, I do like having something different up front so you can pick it up better from the rear sight. It's the finish isn't terrible. It's not bad. It feels a little rough. Like I say, everything rubs off on it. The muzzle crown is horrible. This is sharp. You could probably shave with it. I don't recommend it at all. You could we'll say you can cut paper with it. It's very sharp. They pretty much hit that crown and was done. There was no finish work after that. The first one we looked at in the store wouldn't stay open, or wouldn't stay shut, sorry. It wouldn't stay shut. This felt really sticky, and no matter how far forward you push that, it would not lock the cylinder up. So the guy in the store had another one, and which was this one, which we bought, and looked at it. Everything looked good on it. She locked up well, so we took it home with us. It did bug me that the guy put it back in the display, and I should have said something like, hey man, what if somebody doesn't know anything about revolvers and they come in to look at that? It's not a good idea. I didn't think about it at the time. Now I do, and I should have said something. But it's made in the Philippines. I haven't disassembled this gun yet, so I'm not sure, what the disassembly procedure is. It was extremely well oiled when we got it. I mean, this thing was just caked in oil. It comes with a standard black case, like one of those $4 or $5 cases you get down at your local gun store just to store a gun in. I mean, it was nice that it came in a case instead of a generic cheap cardboard box. Everything else seems pretty good on it. For the price, it's not bad. I would definitely like to put some rounds to it to check it for function and check it for accuracy. And we're going to take it out later on today. And it's very cold here in Northwest Ohio today, so we're not going to shoot it a whole lot. We'll put we'll punch some holes in paper with it, and then we'll lock it up in our test vise and see if it will withstand a double charge and a triple charge, which I would be really surprised if it did. and we will report back after taking it out and put some rounds through it and seeing what she takes. Yeah, that was bad. That kind of went exactly how I thought it was going to go. I was thinking that it was going to blow upwards, and some of it went upwards, but the majority of the blast went to the left of the gun. If there had been somebody standing next to that gun when it went off, they would have been hurt bad, like very bad. This is why you always got to be careful and not shoot somebody else's reloads. Like, never take someone goes, hey man, shoot my reloads. Make sure you trust that person 100% before you do it. This is not good. This is, yeah, that's gone. Over half the cylinder was blown off of it. We found the top strap. The top strap was quite a ways away from the gun. I was really impressed with the carnage we have. It's quite impressive. Let's aim this down. And yeah, it bent the top strap, as you can see. It put a nice bow in it before it actually did let go and break. It broke up here. You can see the threads in the barrel where the barrel was screwed on. You can actually see the pin in the barrel, where the barrel is pinned on there to keep it from turning. Believe it or not, the hammer still pulls back and it goes forward, but there's no firing pin because all of that was blown out of the gun. We found a piece of the cylinder that was, yeah, there's still a bit of brass on it, so I'm guessing this was the cylinder that exploded. This was on top. It still opens, but the release got blown off of it. We found the release. It's right here. So yeah, that was knocked off there. It cracked the enclosure, as you can see. It broke it. All the blast blew to the left of the gun. Some of it went upwards, and it did put a really good mark in the enclosure, which I'm really glad we had the enclosure, just to show what the damage could be if you were standing next to it, or even a divider at a gun range. But yeah, man, that is bad. Like, that is really bad. I do not recommend double charging or triple charging. Always be careful when you're reloading. Always watch your charges. Double check your charges. Triple check your charges. Like, I have a light that looks down into my progressive press when I'm reloading. And one day we'll go over my reloading setup, and I'll show you guys what I use and how I use it, and some of the calibers we reload for. But this is not going to be the last video. We're going to do quite a few more of these. We're going to try to find a few more cheap guns and test those guns to see how the double charges and triple charges affect those. We're going to try some other rounds as well. We got some pretty good surprises that we want to show you guys. It's going to be very educational and hopefully entertaining. And yeah, that's right there. That's exactly why you don't trust when someone says, hey man, I got these reloads. I did them myself. You want to shoot them? You're like, you know what? I will either reload myself or buy some factory ammo because this could have easily killed somebody. This was basically a frag grenade. It just, yeah, that is a disgusting display of power. And always remember, safety is paramount when you're reloading. Always double check and triple check your charges. Because it's easy to get hurt. It's easy to hurt somebody else if you're not careful. Alright, until next time.